For more than 100 years, Washington Square Park has been the heart and soul of Greenwich Village. The famous Washington Square Arch leads to the Fountain Theater, a unique central plaza which has hosted America's freest and most spontaneous political gatherings and musical performances since well before the days that Bob Dylan played here. Last year, the nonprofit group Project for Public Spaces was hired to analyze how the public uses the park and how it might be improved. The group found that Washington Square's current design is overwhelmingly successful and warned that changes to the existing central plaza design could destroy the park's unique character. During the past few years, Washington Square Park has been deprived of basic maintenance and fallen into serious disrepair. Instead of using earmarked city funds to repair and improve the park in its current design, the Parks Department has insisted upon a radical redesign of Washington Square. By transforming the park into a garden-style pass-through mall surrounded by a 4-foot fence and funded by a private conservancy, the plans will make the park less hospitable to spontaneous gatherings and hanging out. Protests against the redesign began almost immediately. 2 surveys of 500 park users by the Open Washington Square Park Coalition found that more than 98% preferred the current design to the new one. The New York Times, The Villager, and even the New York Post all editorialized strongly against altering the park's existing design.
This design is very formal for a park that is really a gathering place of people in an informal park. And he's moving everything around arbitrarily, not paying attention to anything anybody wants, and it's very different from the way we did it last time when the community got together and said what it wanted for the park, and that was the design we got.
No one is in the support to restore it as is. No one. We will pull our money. There won't be any design. You think we're going to go back to the Landmarks Commission now with a new plan? Adrian's not going to do that. You can have your dog runs, let there be more viruses that go out, because we won't even care. You can put new ramps and you can keep it submerged, but no one wants a pit in the ground anymore. Look, the point is, let's miss the point. It was approved by CB2, approved by Landmarks, contract documents are done. If you say no now and change your mind, it's over.
Among the most controversial aspects of the plan is the transformation of the fountain from a theater in the round to an ornamental showpiece with a spray so strong nobody could sit in or around it. In addition, the plan calls for a reduction in size of the central plaza so significant that on a crowded day, an estimated 5,000 fewer people will be able to gather in it. A lawsuit filed by local park users 1 year after the city received its approvals from Community Board 2 and the Landmarks Commission argued that the extent that the plaza would be shrunk was never disclosed to the public.
Is the central plaza more or less going to have the same square footage before and after?
There is a slight reduction. The plaza is huge. The plaza is still very large. A small reduction because what we're doing is combining the outer perimeter.
A small reduction, okay.
Very small.
I just want to move along.
Okay. Yeah.
What
this area is big.
What percentage is small? Can you tell me?
Probably 5%.
5%?
Yeah.
The lawsuit used Parks Department bid documents to show that the central plaza would be diminished in size by 33%. In its response to the lawsuit, the city argued that the reduction in size was only 23%. In a July 25th decision, New York State Supreme Court Judge Emily Jane Goodman ruled that the city did indeed obtain its approvals from the Community Board and Landmarks Commission under false pretenses. Judge Goodman ruled that the Parks Department must now go back to the Community Board and Landmarks Commission, fully disclose the plans, and reapply for their approval. The city is appealing this decision. The case will be heard in early November. Will the Washington Square Park that so many of us know and love survive? Call 311 and let Mayor Bloomberg and Parks Commissioner Bennett know how you feel. Help us save Washington Square Park before it's too late.